name is Campbell, the fashion designer and founder of the fashion design brand MACK, and welcome to my YouTube channel. So recently, actually a couple of days ago, I actually just got my hair cut, you guys. So I mean, yeah, there's a huge difference. I feel my hair is a lot lighter. My head and my neck feel a lot better. I wanted to cut it mainly because my shape was really off. My hair shape, like in the back of my head, it was like, so the sides were longer, but then the middle of the back of my head was so much shorter by like this much. So I don't know if you guys seen in my other videos, but every time I would like turn, you could see like the difference of length. Well, first of all, with my hair, I have like, I don't know, I guess you can call it like trauma. Hair stylists and hairdressers in the past, because I've gone to like quite a few in the past for my hair, and a lot of people that have done my hair never really worked on my type of hair. When I would get my hair cut, people would have to straighten and blow dry my hair first. I'd walk out with straightened hair when I usually don't normally wear my hair straightened. So because I have like kinky curly hair, it was frustrating because when I would wear it and after I would wash my hair and like let it dry out and whatnot, like the shape of my hair would just not even look matched up, because when people would cut my hair, they'd cut it while it was wet. Like they would comb it, and then like when it was wet, they'd like, you know, cut it while it was wet, or they would cut it while it was blow dried and straightened and heat damage on top of that. It was just like a mess. It was really hard for me to find people who did specifically work on curly kinky hair. The people who do specifically work are really expensive, to be honest. Like I know a couple of people who charge like $500 for my kind of hair that I've gone to, and I've also like called. And you know, whereas somebody who had straighter hair would charge like $100. So I'm just like, okay, like I really need somebody who's comfortable with my hair. Where I live, it was just really hard to find. So I'm like, you know what? I've been debating going back and forth on cutting my own hair, because I don't know. I just wanted to cut my own hair for once. I was tired of it. I cut about maybe like 6 inches off of my hair. Shrinkage is a real thing. When my hair is curly, it's obviously a lot more shorter. So like right now it looks like a bob, a curly bob, but like it's down like a little below my collarbone. So it's a curly little mini bob, I guess you can say. It's like, it's usually down and parted. When it's down and parted, it looks like a bat wing. I don't know, because it's like down like this, and then it kind of goes inward. It kind of reminds me of like a diamond shape, my haircut. But you know, you guys, I am so much more relieved. I know my hair is healthy. I know it's gonna grow out. Sometimes when my hair does grow out, it doesn't seem like it's growing out because of shrinkage. My hair curls are really popping. They look juicy. Right now they're kind of dry. I gotta spray it a little bit, but hey. Today I am going to be talking about one of my favorite haute couture designers. Out of many designers that I love, this one just stuck out to me because I feel like this designer just has inspired me over the years. I loved their edginess. I loved their, you know, stepping out of the boundaries, and I'm all for that creativity. So this designer is Alexander McQueen. This video that I'm doing is dedicated to him and his fashion design team. For those of you who do not know, Alexander McQueen is a London-based fashion design couture high-end luxury brand that was founded by the designer himself, Alexander McQueen, who is no longer with us, but he always creates this sense of rebellion and mystery, but yet beauty throughout. And he does have a signature, and every time I think of his signature logo, which is like a skull with something beautiful coming out of it, like flowers, you know, I always think that that's supposed to symbolize like with something ugly, something beautiful comes out of that. Through hard times, something beautiful comes out of that. Kind of like the rose growing out of the concrete sidewalk type of idea, you know? So I love Alexander McQueen. I think he definitely put a staple on the fashion industry. He is a little rebel. I love him for that. You know, he is one of my biggest inspirations, one of many of my biggest inspiration. So that's why I decided to dedicate this video for his past spring/summer 2022 collection for London Fashion Week. So yeah, I was really impressed with London Fashion Week with his collection. And before I go any further, by the way, the blazer that I'm wearing right now, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I created this blazer from scratch. I made the pattern and I created this blazer based off of him. I made this blazer while I was in school. I was in fashion design. My major was fashion design in school at FITM in downtown LA, and I created this blazer in my class, and it's a brocade satin blazer, and it's lined with a silk satin lining. I don't know if you guys can see it. Silk satin lining. About 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah, I made this about 4 or 5 years ago, and I sewed individually all these glass beads on it. This was dedicated to him because every time I do think of Alexander McQueen, I think of like beautiful brocades, laces, just like everything thrown into one, but like that works. It's edgy, it's very classic. He uses beautiful embellished beads. Throw hand beading in there. On the blazer attached is this like lace. I didn't create this lace individually, but the glass beads came on this lace, and I actually took some of the laces. I bought it, I forgot what the store is called. It's in downtown LA in the fashion district. Since I bought the lace with like this beautiful beading and glass beads on it, I took a lot of the glass beads off of the extra fabric or lace fabric that I did have, and I sewed it on individually by my hand sewn to my blazer, and it took like, honestly, it took like definitely over like 100 hours to sew just the beads on. I'm not even calculating the rest of the blazer, like, you know, me actually creating a pattern from scratch, draping, doing a fitting, you know, sourcing out my fabric and sewing the fabric together. Blazer, it's really fitted, it has printed seams, and it has a peplum on the bottom, so that's why I'm wearing it today for this video, because it was inspired by Alexander McQueen. He is one of my top favorite designers of all time, and he will forever be in my heart. So I will be talking just about the overall collection, what were my favorite looks, and just like the overall theme of the entire Alexander McQueen Spring 2022 collection. After viewing this collection, I'm getting a mix of feminine mixed with masculinity, and I'm seeing a lot of menswear trends. And in my other previous video for Paris Fashion Week, I talked about how a lot of trends that the designers shared were the his and hers look, like the unisex look. You'll see for women's wear specifically, you'll see a lot of women wearing oversized blazers, jackets, a lot of men's suits, and I did notice that same transition specifically with Alexander McQueen's collection for the Spring 22 season. And I'm seeing a lot of, he does have a collection of menswear. So again, we're seeing these big oversized jackets. I'm seeing a lot of leather, you know, too. And then for the feminine side, I'm seeing a lot of sheer, pastel, light yellow. The Alexander McQueen design team did have a total of 36 looks. So for the first few looks, Alexander McQueen, his design team and his brand opened up the show with a lot of feminine silhouettes. And look 1 through 5 had, you know, dresses. The first look was an oversized blazer dress with big puffy sleeves. Second look was like a mini dress with a huge flowy puffy gathered skirt. And the third look, again, we're seeing the blazer dress. And also for other designers during Paris Fashion Week and New York Fashion Week, we've seen the blazer dress look, which I am living for because it's saying casual but yet classy, chic, businesswoman vibe. So I'm living for that. I love blazers myself. I'm a huge blazer fan. Look 4, that was a gorgeous look. I loved how it was a deep V-neck dress silhouette, and this dress was very gathered. the dress had straps that were tied and almost falling off the shoulders, but not exactly. And this was one of the dresses I was talking about, where it's just a white dress, but yeah, it's like splattered with blue paint, like a watercolor paint. So I definitely think these little excitements of pops of colors was a theme throughout his entire look. Another favorite look of mine was this all white ensemble. It was a parachute dress with parachute sleeves with a matching parachute skirt, and there was, you know, a central zip in the middle of this dress, and I loved the parachute look. I honestly would love to get, I want a blouse that's like has parachute sleeves, and or even I would love to get a matching set of like parachute trousers or pants, because this parachute look is definitely a big look. Again, I mentioned it in my last video for Paris Fashion Week trend, and it is a part of the whole 80s big sleeves, puffy dress, shoulder pads look. This parachute look really took it away from me. It was a plain, simple white look. However, the sleeves took away everything. Like everything you need to know, it was just the sleeves. They were just this cloudy taffeta material, looking material. And I honestly loved it. I could see myself wearing it. I could see it on the streets. I could see it being paired with combat boots. I could see it being paired with a dress, going out at night, wearing it casually during the day to meet up for brunch with friends. I could see it so much. So I really love this gathered skirt parachute dress look. I really loved how they kept it simple, and they wanted you just to focus on the details of just the sleeves and the gathered skirt part. And they didn't even try to create it in a crazy material or add colors to it or nothing. It was just the dress you were forced to look at. So this was definitely one of my favorite looks. And after those first few feminine looks, we kind of get into more masculine, everyday looks. So this is where you see the cross between the feminine and the masculine kind of intertwine into a unisex kind of thing. So you'll see a woman wearing suits with a lot of hardware. You know, again, we're seeing zippered, we're seeing buckled, we're seeing button, chains. And then you'll see a woman wearing dresses with big combat boots. So he's constantly playing back and forth with the, you know, with that whole theme, which I really love. I would say, you guys, my favorite, so I'm gonna go with my favorite look. So one of my favorites look was look 17, and that is a neon magenta pink suit, and it was a pink blazer with black buttons, and I like the black button contrast. And then there was, you know, pink neon magenta slacks, and I love the slacks too, with just black booty heels. And I like this look because it's simple. I see myself wearing one of these pieces. Let me know in the comments below if you like more of the feminine or masculine pieces, which pieces you see yourself wearing in this collection too. I loved a lot of the pieces, so I see myself wearing almost like every single one of them, to be honest. And I liked how he mixed denim with leather. Again, we're seeing that like rock badass rebel look. Look 22, it had the strapless denim mid-calf length dress, and it had like an over vest of a leather vest with a bunch of zippers, buckles, and hardware on it. So I thought this was very different, but I liked it too. I could see myself wearing this honestly for the fall too, or the spring. Obviously this is spring collection for next year, but I could see myself wearing for the fall or spring, and even summer, to be honest. So I thought this was a badass look, and I like the layering of different kinds of fabrics and textures. I think that is what makes everything pop out, and it just looks so different and unique. So I am also seeing some fringe too with this whole Alexander McQueen collection. We're seeing a lot of fringe on the bottom of these dresses, and we're seeing ombre fringe too. One look in particular, I believe this was look 25, and it's a silver sequin dress. However, it's an ombre silver sequin dress that becomes silver when you're looking at the top. As your eyes trickle down to the bottom of the hem, it becomes more of a harder, distinct fringe blue color. I just thought this was gorgeous. I thought it was very rich, the colors. I thought the sequin with the fringe really made it stand out, and it was an eye catcher. I think this was really unique, and not all the time could you see this so casually. I can imagine someone, yes, you can wear this formal too, of course, with heels, but you can also wear this with boots or sneakers. And for some reason, I'm imagining myself wearing, or anybody else wearing this with sneakers, just on the street, like wearing like a denim jacket with it. I don't know why. So towards the end of the Alexander McQueen Spring 2022 collection, it became almost like a whimsical dream where you'll see a lot of pastel, cloudy, powder pink colors with hints of white, and then the few final looks were just black with diamonds and crystals dripping off the body of the model. And I'm thinking of this one particular, it was a soft lavender dress, but it had a lot of boning, and it was off the shoulder, and there were several layers to this tulle. This tulle bone dress had crystals embroidered into the boning of it, and I thought this was so beautiful. It was like a dream. If you saw the sock boots, it was crystals sewn into the sock boots, which was one of my biggest inspirations that I love, biggest takeaways that I love from Alexander McQueen. Although something might be a little bit rebellious and hard, he adds something soft and feminine and beautiful to it. It reminds me of his signature logo, the skull. Look of mine was one of the last looks, and it was an all black ensemble. It was a blazer with cutout sleeves, and it had a cutout waist, and I thought it was beautifully detailed. There was raindrop crystals dripping from the sleeves, dripping from the peplum, and you saw a little bit of skin on the model just from like the shoulders. And it was definitely a statement. It was all black. I love that chic black look with just the raindrop crystals dripping from the actual blazer. That's not even all, you guys. This blazer was a dress blazer. There were leggings on the blazer, and these sheer leggings, and they had these raindrop crystals on them too, like hand sewn into them. And it just a delicacy of having a nylon legging stocking look with beautiful crystals gleaming in the dark fabric just really popped out, and this was definitely such a look for me, and I love that look. Like, I'm even wearing it now, kind of. I incorporated it into my own blazer that I made, but just that look of something dark and mysterious, and then you add some bright crystals on there. You guys, I kept staring at this look for so long, and I was just watching the video of this whole runway show, and I was just re-watching that last few parts of just to look at the dress, and I'm like, the blazer dress, and I was just like in awe, and I was just like, my eyelids were like, I didn't even like blink, my eyelids were like bleeding. But you guys, I'm annoying as hell, but this look really topped it for me. I can't see any flaw. I don't understand or see how someone cannot like this look. It was so classic. It was so chic. It was luxurious feeling. And then last but certainly not least, supermodel and fashion icon Naomi Campbell closed the show out. She wore a cropped, single-breasted blazer jacket with crystal embroidery on the jacket, and again we're seeing that raindrop crystal drip, and she wore a strapless corset with boning detail, and again on the boning detail there were crystals embroidered on it as well. To top it off, she had an asymmetrical shredded tulle black sheer skirt. This skirt was, again, we're carrying that dreamy, whimsical, fairy tale feel. There was also the nylon sheer dark leggings with also the crystal embroidery on them. So when I saw Naomi Campbell walk in, just strutting so confidently, and she's been closing out shows, guys. Like, Naomi Campbell, she's been around the fashion industry as a supermodel for decades. She's a fashion icon. She never ages too. She's always looking good, you guys. I don't know how she does it. The one and only Naomi Campbell. I'm a fan. I would love to meet her one day. And you know, she was just closing out all these shows. We've seen her close out shows, you know, for Givenchy, seen her close out shows for Balmain, Lanvin, and she's closing out obviously for Alexander McQueen. So she's the closeout queen herself. I thought this looked so gorgeous on her skin tone, the way she was walking, and then just the way the skirt was flowing as she was strutting so confidently. I think I'm strutting like a peacock or something. Loved watching that tulle skirt sway on her long legs, and of course those crystal diamonds shimmering in the beautiful dome that this took place in outside on the rooftop. And I thought this was so beautiful. I thought, who else better to close out the show than Naomi Campbell? And I'm here for it. I think overall Alexander McQueen's collection showed a mysterious dark side, but also from that dark and mysterious feel, there was a sense of beauty that came from it. And I love the overall theme. I love the fabrics of leather, sheer, tulle. We saw a lot of silver hardware, combat boots, booty socks, sock booties. So we were seeing a lot of different contrasts within this. And he creates this euphoria of just mystery and beauty, masculinity with feminine mixed all in a ball. And this is what you get. It's just beautiful. It's different. It's a signature style. I had so much fun doing this with you guys. Thank you so much for watching. For more videos, if you want to see more feature fashion content on my channel, please subscribe, hit the bell notification as well, just so you guys get a heads up of when I'm posting. And I only post fashion content. I post fashion trends, best dress looks, red carpet looks, styling videos, illustration videos. Are definitely more to come, so be on the lookout for that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.